They say time heals everything, but no one tells you about the quiet ache that lingers long after the healing begins. I didn't scream. I didn't argue. I just left when I found out. I let her go without a fight and built a new life from the ruins of the old. 1 year later, she showed up again, crying, regretful, wanting something I wasn't sure I had left to give. If you've ever walked away from someone you loved to protect your peace, hit that subscribe button and share your story in the comments. Someone out there might need it. My name is Ryan, and I was married to Lena for 10 years. We were high school sweethearts, grew up together, built a life together. Or at least that's what I thought. We had a little apartment in the city, took weekend road trips, cooked dinner together. It was the kind of life that looked perfect on the outside. But perfection is fragile. About 1.5 years ago, things started to shift. She was distracted. Her smile didn't reach her eyes. Her phone suddenly became a private object she guarded with her life. She started staying late at work, the usual excuses. I wasn't naive, not entirely. My gut told me something was wrong. I just didn't want to believe it. And then I saw it. One night, while she was asleep, a message popped up on her phone. Just one sentence. Last night meant everything to me. That was all it took. I didn't wake her up. I didn't throw the phone. I didn't demand answers. Instead, I quietly packed a bag, grabbed my wallet, my keys, and walked out the door. No yelling, no goodbyes. Just silence. I moved 3 hours away to a small town I had once visited on a solo trip, found a furnished studio, started freelancing again, and kept my circle small. I deleted social media, blocked her number, and never looked back, at least not out loud. The truth? Some nights I couldn't sleep. I'd stare at the ceiling, wondering if she ever thought about me. I'd walk by the lake in the mornings, thinking about the life we had, the good parts, before everything fell apart. I wasn't angry. I was just tired. Tired of being the one who gave more, who stayed loyal, who made space, listened, adjusted. But despite the pain, I found pieces of myself again. I learned how to sit in silence without drowning. I reconnected with old hobbies, started writing, painted for the first time in years. I even made a few friends, people who knew nothing about my past, and that helped more than I realized. One rainy afternoon, almost exactly a year after I left, I heard a knock. I opened the door. It was Lena, soaked in rain, hair clinging to her face, eyes swollen. She looked like a ghost of the woman I used to love. She didn't say anything for a few seconds. Then, in a cracked voice, she whispered, "I didn't know where else to go." My heart didn't leap. It didn't break either. It just stood still. I let her in. We sat in silence for a long time. She was shivering. I handed her a towel. She looked around the room like it was foreign, like she was trying to understand the life I'd built without her in it. And then she started talking. She didn't beg. She didn't try to spin it. She owned everything. Told me about the affair, how it started, how long it lasted. Told me how she tried to justify it to herself, how she convinced herself I'd stopped caring, that she was lonely, that she was angry, and eventually ashamed. She told me the other guy left her, that she tried to date again but couldn't feel anything, that she kept trying to reach me for months, but I had vanished like a ghost. She said she wasn't asking for a second chance. She just wanted me to know that she was sorry, that I didn't deserve any of it, that I was the best thing she ever had. And she broke it. And then she cried, really cried, the kind of cry that comes from the soul, not from guilt, but from regret. We talked for hours, for the first time, maybe ever, without filters or fear. I told her how broken I felt, how walking away from her wasn't about revenge, it was about survival, that I still remembered the night we danced barefoot in the kitchen, that I sometimes missed her laugh, but not the weight that came with it toward the end. She told me she had been in therapy, that she was learning to face her demons, that she wasn't trying to win me back, just trying to do what was right. She said, If you never speak to me again after tonight, I'll understand. But I needed to look you in the eyes and say it. She slept on the couch. I barely slept. In the morning, I made her coffee, just how she used to like it. She smiled. Still remember. I shrugged. Hard to forget the little things. Before she left, she looked at me and said, "You don't owe me anything. But thank you for listening." And then she was gone again. This time, with no expectations. I didn't chase after her. I didn't cry. I sat with my thoughts, and for the first time in a long time, I felt peace. Her apology didn't erase what she did. It didn't undo the pain. But it gave me something I didn't know I needed. Closure. It reminded me that healing isn't about forgetting. It's about accepting. That sometimes people show up too late, not because they didn't care, but because they didn't know how to until they lost everything. I'm still not sure what the future holds, but I know one thing: I survived. I rebuilt. I let go. And if you're going through something similar, if your heart feels like it's breaking in ways no one can see, I want you to know you're not alone. You will heal, and peace is possible, even if love isn't. Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, drop a comment and let me know. And don't forget to subscribe. More true, raw stories are coming.